Begin tonight with a distinctly American tragedy, a mass shooting at a school, this time at a high school.
How convenient. Right before an election, there's another mass school shooting. You know how it's interesting? I've seen nothing since that event being on the news. So the news controls you. That is, if you're not a critical thinker. Because the media, even local, all of them are covering this non-stop. MSNBC, CNN, all of them, all of the enemy to the people. How much screen time did they give to the shooting of Donald Trump? None. I mean, minimal, and yet he's a presidential candidate running for office. Now, your Democrats that don't think, that support Kamala Harris and don't think critically would say, it's children are being shot. Are they? I mean, what is happening there? You know, it comes to mind what Trump said so many times, central casting. Central casting. If I wanted to cast a general, this is who I would cast. Yeah, what is going on there? Because when the media focuses on something that's a 24/7 thing they're focusing on, then that means look over here. They're telling you, look over here. This is important, but don't look anywhere else, which means you should do the opposite of that. CNN ran Trump's rally that day he was shot. They normally never run his rallies. Think about that. As if they wanted the people. I mean, I'm not going to say anything more than that. It just should be obvious. If they never ran his rallies before, but they ran it that day, people that were watching it saw President Trump shot live on TV. And yet there was hardly any media coverage, hardly even his supporters, any of us are talking about it. I mean, most of us expected it at some point to happen, right? Because we know that it's the establishment and they'll go after anybody that doesn't stand with them. But yet, if the media was really with the people, if they were really about true reporting, then there would have been major coverage on that. He's a presidential candidate running for office. I mean, had that been Biden, we would have never heard the end. There would have never been another news story. But here we are, close to an election, and all of a sudden, there's a school shooting again. Oh, because it's so convenient, because then they can gaslight you and get the American people enraged and saying we need to take people's guns, because of course Kamala wants to do that. All communists want to take people's guns. It's not like they want you to be able to defend yourself against them. If they come knocking at your door trying to pull their communist ways. This is all gaslighting. Non-stop coverage of this school shooting. It's like ever since the 24/7 media came into play after 9/11, it seems like that's when the school shootings increased. I'm not saying there was never any before 24/7 news, but after 24/7 news came in, which it became they received very big numbers after 9/11. So they have become the outlet to gaslight and control you. So the very fact that they want to do 24/7 coverage of this shooting should tell you they want you to look over there and not anywhere else, which means if you're a critical thinking person, you should say, that's not where I should be looking, because that's where the enemy to the people want me to focus.